Hey, interpersonal communicators, this is Brian. As promised, I am filming this video to show you how to download, complete, and submit our participation evaluations for each unit of class. So this is our Canvas shell here. You're going to go to Assignments, and under Assignments, just go to whichever participation evaluation is due first. So the participation evaluation number 1. And here's just a reminder for what the ratings are. It's 35 points for excellent, 25 points for proficient, 15 points for fair. So that's all or nothing for each of these levels here. But in order for me to assess these, I need to see how you're assessing yourself. You're going to download this form, and this form is attached to each one of those. So if you go back to assignments and let's say it's towards the end of the semester and you want to, why isn't that going? Let's say it's already participation evaluation number 3. You click on that and the document should still be there and you're able to fill that out. So you're going to click on participation evaluation, whichever one is due, download the form. When you download the form in a web browser, it's typically going to open the form in the browser. Now it is a fillable form, but since you need to upload it for submission, you should download it first. So you're going to download it. In this case, I'll just call this test form, and I'll download it to the desktop, just so it's an easy place to save it. So I'll put it on the desktop. So you open this, and it's going to require PDF or Adobe Acrobat, but just the reader, because even in the reader version of Adobe, you're able to fill out forms. If you don't have Adobe, it's free online. Just go to adobe.com and then get the free Adobe Acrobat reader, and all of the campus computers have Adobe as well. So all of these shaded areas are areas you can fill out. So you would fill out your name, the class, obviously COMS 135, and then let me know the days of the week and the time that your class meets. And remember, you're doing one of these per unit. So in this case, this is the first unit of class, or if it's evaluation 2 or evaluation 3, you would indicate that here. Now, you'll notice there are 3 sections here, one for fair, one for proficient, one for excellent. If you feel your level of participation in this unit has been fair, you should be able to mark yes to all of the items in this section. So you'll just click through. Do you talk and participate in all small group exercises? Yes. Do you talk or ask questions in open class discussion at least once per week? Yes. And you're going to go through and so on and so forth. Mark all of these. Hopefully you've refrained from using your cell phone during class. You'll notice that appears on each one. And that for this unit, you have not missed more than 2 classes or no more than 2 unexcused absences and or 6 tardies or early exits. So yes, if you've happened to answer yes to all of these, then you should be in fair standing. Now, if you've also answered yes to all these and you feel like, you know what, I've done better than fair, take a look at the next section. If you are proficient, you should also be able to mark yes to all of these items. So yes, do you demonstrate that you can apply major principles from class and the readings? Yes. Are you listening to others? You know, do you avoid being distracted and things like that? Say yes. Do you show supportive listening responses to others? This means essentially no side talking. You know, are you engaging in excessive side talking to the point where it's distracting other people? So showing supportive listening responses to others would mean, do you avoid side talking? Yes. Refrain from using your cell phone during class, so on and so forth. If you accidentally marked no, no problem. You just mark yes and it'll switch it over here. Moving on to excellent, you should also be able to mark yes if you feel that you are, on all these items, if you feel that you have reached the highest level of possible participation. Do you talk or ask questions in open class discussion at least twice per class session? Yes, 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 yes. So if you've met all the criterion for all of these sections, then you're at the excellent level of participation. It asks here, what level of participation do you feel you displayed for this unit? And in order to get full credit here, you must justify your response. So maybe give me some examples. I remember talking about my relationship with my co-workers in class. Also, I actively listen to my classmates and provide positive affirmations, so on and so forth. So any any written justification where you feel you can explain to me why you've obtained or earned that level of participation. And so again, it's your self-evaluation. This doesn't mean that this is what you're actually getting. This is a way to keep me also informed of where you think you're at, so that if I feel you actually need to amplify your participation, let's say you think you're excellent but you're actually in proficient, I'll let you know actually you're in proficient, so you get the 25 points, but here are ways that you can improve. There could be times where you think you're fair, and I say actually you're much higher, you're an excellent. And so whatever you put here doesn't guarantee that that's what you're getting. It's a way to let me know where you think you're at, so that way I can help with a self-perception check in terms of your level of participation. So again, if you feel that you're only proficient, then likely you're going to have a few no's here. And so if these are no's, then obviously the only area where you're able to mark yes and all of them are fair and proficient, which means proficient was your highest, and then you explain them here as well. Once that's done, you're going to save it as is. So save it back on the desktop here, and test form, and maybe I'll rename it so I know that this one is completed. Okay, perfect. So we can double check that if we double click the test form completed. Yep, all of my responses are there. So now you're going to go back into Canvas and you're going to submit the assignment. So to submit it, you're going to choose the file from your desktop, and it's going to be the completed test form, or whatever you've named the file, right? So you choose that file and then you click submit assignment. And that's it. That's all you've got to do for this particular assignment for the participation evaluations. Remember, you're doing this once per unit. They're typically due on the date of the exam for that unit. I believe it's similar, if not just a little bit earlier, for our last unit of class. You make sure that you have this submitted indicator right here so that we know for sure that Canvas has marked it as submitted by the due date. Okay, if you have any questions, you obviously know my contact information, and I hope this video has been clear enough for you to successfully complete your participation evaluations, and I'll see you in class.